Hello, my name is Izan Bagdasarian. I reside with my wife Marlene on Tallyrand Way next to the Tallyrand Pond. I have a statement I'd like to read, but before I read that statement, I'd like to recite a small prayer that my wife insisted I read prior to the general statement. It is a small prayer which has guided my wife through many difficult situations in her life and helped her to overcome many adversities. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. There is nothing further to say. The board has heard the arguments from my wife, our fellow residents, and I. We have voiced our plea. The grounds committee, however, has chosen to ignore the overwhelming majority of the residents residing around the pond. These residents favor some type of restricted fishing as shown in the petition that was circulated. We even proposed a constructive compromise, one that would take into account everyone's concerns, such as a 6 to 12-month trial with a full and impartial evaluation of the results. This compromise has fallen on deaf ears. The grounds committee is already on record to keep the ban in place, relying on the same unsustainable arguments. We urge the HOA board to consider the compromise solution and to approve a 6 to 12-month trial lifting of the ban with a full and impartial evaluation of the results. Compromise is always a good and constructive solution and can be useful to solve difficult issues if both sides are willing to compromise. The trial period should preferably be during the fishing season, when the pond has a good chance to be used. This compromise is a fair and balanced way for the HOA to approach this issue. The liability issue is a specious argument at best. A liability for fishing? Is the HOA any less liable if a resident's visiting grandchild were to fall and injure himself after hitting a snag in the sidewalk? Isn't there a general liability to cover issues in heritage hunt? The issue of enforcement is a fallacious argument. Who is present to enforce the ban on rock throwing, wading, swimming, and ice skating? The answer is no one. If a member of the HOA or grounds committee were to actively enforce the ban by forcibly removing a child from fishing, therein lies the real liability to the Heritage Hunt HOA. I hope that the HOA board sees that there is room for compromise on this issue and modifies the grounds committee ruling, albeit for a trial reassessment of this unenforceable rule. We are all responsible, non-destructive residents. Heritage Hunt is our home. The pond belongs to all of us to enjoy, with or without our families. Let's not make an issue out of a non-issue. The one issue that caused the incident and was used to implement the ban was a one-time issue. Please take down those signs at the Tallyrand Pond. Thank you.